Hello my lovely Luminites, it is Ivy and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hello, my name is Ivy, also known as Intuitive IVM, here on this channel and on calendly.com/intuitivivm, where I do tarot and oracle card readings. So if you guys want a live voice reading from me, go ahead and check out the link down below. So, hi, today I have a reading. This is basically going to be a message from your higher self, any encouraging messages that they have for you, any advice that they may have for you is going to be in one of the following piles here. So if you are new to pick a card readings, actually, if you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Ivy. This channel is all about the magical, the mystical, and the supernatural. Mondays are for the magical, Wednesdays are for the mystical, and Fridays or Saturdays are for the supernatural. Today is a mystical Wednesday, and we have a tarot reading. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, basically all you need to do is take a second, you can take a few deep breaths, and whichever deck that your eyes fall on, then that is more than likely the deck that is chosen for you, or that your higher self wants you to pick, because that's going to be the message for you. So I have 4 different crystals here. If you want, you can look away, take a few deep breaths, and look back, and the one that you are drawn to the most, that is more than likely where the message that your higher self is at. So I will go ahead and post the timestamps down below in the description box, as well as I'll try to pin a comment to see if I can do that as well on top of putting it in the description box. So just head on over to your pile. So pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So head on over to the timestamp, put it in the description, and hopefully pinned it to the comments to see what you have received. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so if you have chosen pile number 1, the green moss agate skull, this is a message that your higher self has for you. So first of all, let's start with the moss agate. So the moss agate, this is actually a stone that is very connected to the heart chakra. This is the first message. The fact that you were drawn to this one specifically, it could just mean that right now is the time to bring about more balance and stability to your life. That's something that, you know, is basically being asked of you right now at the moment. This is could also symbolize that you're going to be attracting some sort of abundance, whether it be wealth, whether it be success, some sort of abundance very soon. So just a little heads up, this is actually a really good sign. And the fact that it's a skull, I associate it with the death card, so endings. It could be the ending of a old phase, and you're entering a brand new phase in your life, which is just very exciting. So releasing the old and getting in touch with the new. So let's go ahead and move on to your cards. How can you incorporate more play? So how can you incorporate more play into your life? I feel like everybody focuses so much effort on, you know, either their work or like just things that are more on the serious side, that we don't really connect with our inner child as much as we should. But it's actually really good to connect with your inner child, because your inner child is there for healing. Your inner child is there for happiness. Your inner child is there because it provides relaxation and joy, and it's really important to connect with that inner child. So what's more ways that you can incorporate that in your life? So your higher self, first things first, is we got the 5 of Pentacles. And you can see the 5 of Pentacles, it's somebody, these 2 people are like outside in the cold. So one way is, I feel like, stop focusing so much on material possessions, because you're leaving your inner child out in the cold, so to speak. I feel like right now you're focusing so much on material possessions, or it could be, you know, pursuing some sort of job, pursuing some sort of passion, or just working extra hours. And while that, yes, that's fine and dandy, and that's very important to have that stability and that financial stability, don't focus too much on materialistic things, because to connect with your inner child, the inner child didn't know all that, you know? I'm not saying let go of that. I'm just saying that remember that life isn't just materials, and life isn't just wealth. Life is more than that. Life is experience, life is memories, life is living. And I feel like by focusing too much on these financial possessions, you're not living as you should. So that's a message from your higher self. The next card that we got is your ascendant. So focus on yourself, focusing on, you know what, reconnecting to your core. Ascendant, so your ascendant sign, also known as your rising sign, is basically the most personal sign to you. And it really, while your sun sign, like the sign that everybody knows, your horoscope sign that everybody knows, that's who you are at the core. Your ascendant sign is who you were brought up to be based off of your upbringing. So again, going back to connecting with your inner child here and remembering the things that made you happy as a child, and maybe even revisiting some of them, because you never know, you might find that you still enjoy some of those things that you used to do. Like maybe you used to, I don't know, draw as a kid and you loved drawing, and maybe you revisit it and you're like, wow, like I still really love this. Or even just coloring. You know, a lot of adults color because it's a sort of relaxation technique that they have, and they put their mind at rest. So sort of looking back at the things that you enjoyed doing a lot as a kid and sort of trying to revisit them, that's going to be a way that you can incorporate more play and really connect with that inner child that's honestly, like, I feel like is really dying to come out because they have been suppressed for so long. The next card that we got is a Jupiter. Jupiter is like your great benefic. So it's the great benefic planet. So this is like where you have your talent. This is where you have your, you know, everything that makes you like successful in this life, where things come easy to you basically, is going to be where your Jupiter is. So I feel like, again, like really looking back at what you used to enjoy to do, your ascendant, your social upbringing, what you used to enjoy doing, because you might find that now if you revisit it, it might be something that you become deeply passionate about. So I feel like that's something that's very important for you to do right now at this moment. Your higher self is telling you, like, hey, revisit your inner self, your younger self, revisit the things that you used to enjoy, because you never know, something greater might come of it. And it really feels like it is. So what ways can you replenish and recharge, basically? Okay, so the next card that we got is the Six of Wands. So really focusing on, you know, the things, your successes. Even if, focus on your accomplishments, because you've accomplished so much, and they might not always be huge accomplishments, but honestly, that's okay. Daily accomplishments like I walked 10 minutes today, or I ate a banana instead of chips this morning, you know, something like that. Things like that, even if they seem like small accomplishments, really focus on those things, because small accomplishments equal big steps. Small little steps equal one big step at a time. So that's one thing that you can focus on, is just your inner child. I'm sorry, your higher self is telling you to focus on the little things. Be grateful. Notice the small things that you do, because you keep striving like, I need more, I need more, I need more, when you're not stopping and smelling the roses, so to speak, and smelling all the little accomplishments that you have accomplished. So moving forward, we have the last quarter moon. So the last quarter moon is taking place after the full moon. So this is when the moon is winding down and it's entering its basically its new moon phase, when it's getting ready to, you know, start anew, start fresh. During the last quarter moon, this is a time to kind of self-reflect again, so reflecting on your past triumphs, no matter how small they seem, and also really just taking the time to practice self-care and little things that just really relax you instead of taking initiative, instead of taking action and being on the go, go, go sort of, you know, sort of speak. I'm like tongue-tied, sorry. Yeah, just really take the time to unwind and to relax. Just unwind and relax. The next card that we got are soulmates. So connecting with people, so your higher self is telling you to connect with people that you are really, like, you're really close to, somebody that you feel some sort of connection with. So soulmates don't exactly mean romantic partners. It can be. But what a soulmate basically is we have many soulmates. They can come in friends, they can come in romantic partnerships, they can come in coworkers, in enemies even. Because what a soulmate is basically somebody that you have a contract with that is meant to teach you something very important in this lifetime before you guys move on to the next chapter. So connecting with somebody that you feel that connection with. The thing with a soulmate is that you sometimes feel like, I knew this person in a past life, or I know that I'm meant to be around this person right now. So connect with that person that you have that deep connection with, because your higher self is telling you, you need to learn whatever lesson this soulmate is trying to teach you. So whether this be a friend, whether this be a significant other, whether this even be a coworker, just really taking the time. I wouldn't say enemy, so to speak. I know I said a soulmate can be an enemy, but I'm not saying approach an enemy. Don't do that. Approach to somebody that you feel really close to, because chances are they are some sort of soulmate that you have a soul contract with. And right now, your higher self is telling you, right now is that time to connect with them so that you can learn this lesson and move forward into, again, just like the skull says, the next chapter of your life. Next card we got is the Six of Discs. So, okay, the very first card that we got are the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is somebody that you're focusing too much on material wealth. So maybe instead of focusing on like taking, what if you were to give to the less fortunate? This doesn't have to be, you can donate a small amount of money even, but just giving, even if it's like just a small gift to the people that you care about, or gifting something to, like the homeless person that you see walking by every day, or giving them food. Small things like that are going to make you see money or material possessions with a new light. Instead of seeing it like, I need more, you're going to start seeing it like as, it comes and goes. It comes and goes, and like the world, it just makes the world go round, and it's not something that we have to focus on constantly getting, because then we sort of start to have that lack mindset, like I don't have enough. Whereas when we're giving back, and like I said, this doesn't have to be something huge, we get into a different mindset with a different mentality with money. Like, okay, like this, yes, I may have given this, but you know what? I got love and happiness and joy back. And that's equally as important, if not more. The next card that we got is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is turning. Something is about to change. Your fortune is about to change because you chose the green moss agate. And it's also a skull. I feel like your higher self is telling you that something is about to change for the better. Your life is going to change, and yes, it's going to seem a little bit like what's happening right now, and it might be a little bit abrupt because you're like, whoa, this is a big change, because you are moving to the next chapter in your life. But just know that this luck, this mindset, this path that you've been going on, it's changing and it's shifting and it's evolving into something greater. and something more, and you're manifesting good things here, and you're moving forward with positive things, I should say. Yes, it might feel a little bit scary at first and you might be a little bit hesitant, but in the end it's going to be something that's good. It's going to be a positive change. So let's see, cards, so that, like, how can you answer your calling? So we have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is somebody that's like, you see this guy, he has like a wrench and he's just going at it. Like, he is, you know, you can tell that he's like some sort of daredevil. He's a risk taker. He has this like spirit of freedom, of like liberty, and like, I'm just going to do what I want. So I feel like a way that you can better answer your calling is choosing to let go. Choosing to let go of restrictions and just honestly just letting your hair down and being a little bit more free, and stop thinking about, you know, materialistic things or what other people think of you, or any sort of things that you feel are holding you back. Try to let that go and connect with your inner child. Do something that you used to love, because by connecting with your inner child, a lot of times as kids, we didn't care too much about what that person thought or what this person is doing, because we're focusing on our happiness and ourselves. And I feel like your higher self really wants you to connect to that person again, because you have spent so much time away from that inner child that it's sort of like keeping you from growing and keeping you from, you know, realizing your truest potential. So let your hair down. Do something different, spontaneous. I'm not saying I'm not saying go do something dangerous, but just do something that you wouldn't normally do. For example, you know, like, let's say you usually take, I don't know, the streets to work. Maybe take the freeway. That seems like a very safe answer. Just do something different, do something spontaneous. One day, you know, decide that you're just gonna go, I don't know, go to the beach or go to the park. I'm trying to think of, this is like very safe. These are very like safe examples. I'm trying to think of something that doesn't sound too crazy and too much that's like, Okay, so the next thing that we got is don't let pride get in your way. So like I said, let your hair down, be spontaneous. Don't let what other people think get in your way. Don't let what Patricia down the street says keep you from doing what you want. Don't let what old Granny Laura tell you to keep you from doing what you want. Like, don't let pride get in your way. Don't let yourself get in your own way. Let your hair down. And then we have lunar eclipse. So again, I feel like this one in particular is like, don't let your pride overshadow who you really are, because I feel like, again, for a very long time you were sort of suppressing that inner child. So really connect with it, you know, do something spontaneous, do something different. Now the last thing is going to be a piece of advice from your higher self, and for that I've chosen a affirmation card. So it's nature. It's time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell the flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even then, the trees will hug you back. Trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. If that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well, I guess you're a robot. So I love that. I think that's so cute. I think that's such a cute message from Spirit. So like I said, stop focusing on the materialistic things. Spirit is saying not only to connect with your inner child, but to connect with nature. Step outside of the man-made world and into something that's made naturally, that's from the earth, that's from Mother Earth. You need to sort of tune back into your core, your root chakra, your authentic, deep self. So that is the message that your higher self has from you. Please, if you guys enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on that notification bell to be notified when I post. I post 3 times a week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye! All right, so if you have chosen number 2, the Rainbow Aura Quartz, then this is the message that your higher self has for you. So first of all, let's go ahead and start off with the message from the Rainbow Aura Quartz. So this quartz, this aura quartz, I have it pulled up here. This is a crystal that activates all your energy centers in your body. So it clears your path for the life force, basically, to manifest throughout your subtle bodies, and brings in a vibrant energy and zest for life. It's also very particularly supportive if you have any sort of dysfunctional relationships, by letting you see like what lies ahead and helping to release negative emotions such as resentment or grief. So that's what this one does. So that's your first message from Spirit. So let's see. So let's see what your higher self has to say. So we have the Two of Swords. So the first question that I asked was, how can you incorporate more play into your life? So I feel like right now you're sort of blindsided by other things that are going on. And to me, this is more like mental things. So you might have some sort of conflict going on within your own head. This can be an external problem that you're really holding on to and you're really stressing out about internally. Or this could be something that sort of like anxiety, which, you know, our mind can be very strong and it can sort of like rule and intensify things. And I feel like this could also be like a very internal struggle, but you're struggling with two different things or a few different conflicts that you're mainly suffering because of, you know, your mental state, basically. So yeah, it looks like you recently have gone through a loss, or your anxiety is making you feel like you're going to go through some sort of loss, or you're grieving a past relationship, which can explain the Rainbow Aura Quartz here. Or you just have some sort of struggle that's you're sort of stuck with, basically. And your higher self is telling you, like, these sort of things, thinking this way, feeling blinded by these things, feeling blinded by your mental state, feeling blinded by whatever it is that you may be grieving from, it's not going to help change the situation, basically. We have your 8th house. Okay, so we have your 8th house. In your 8th house, this is ruled by Scorpio usually, and this is a house of death, basically. This is a house of ending. So I feel like you recently have gone through a ending, either a relationship ending or some sort of path in your life that you were really passionate about, that sort of finished. You feel like it ended before it should have, or it just ended sort of abruptly and you just weren't prepared for it. But your higher self wants you to know that grieving this and staying, which I know, like, mental states can be hard. Your higher self wants you to know that they're there. Your spirit guides are there to help you. Your higher self is there to help you. They're there. They're seeing what you're going through, and they're there by your side every step of the way. Alright, so the next card that we got is Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of unexpected changes. It is also the planet of like Uranus is also the planet of I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I got a phone call. Uranus is also the planet of like electricity, social media, even, because it's ruled by Aquarius, and Aquarius is a very intellectual, very like electrical, I guess you should say, sort of planet. So right now, yes, you did suffer some unexpected change, like your higher self is clearly telling us that. Right now is the time to reach out to somebody that you're close to, either on social media. Reach out for help from somebody, whether it be a friend, somebody that you're close to. And also along the lines of social media is, if this is a relationship that has ended, for example, make sure that you're not there, because I know we've all done it. when you break up with somebody, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, because for some of you this might be a completely different ending, but for those of you, if it is a relationship, do not go on social media and look at the person's post, because that's not going to help you at all. It's not going to do anything for you. If it's not going to benefit you in any sort of way, so do not do that. Your higher self is like, hey, I see you, or I see that you're tempted to do it. Just do not even try, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help them. It's not going to help anybody in this sort of situation. So if you need to, step aside from social media and focus on communicating with somebody in person, you know, because you did go through this unexpected change. And if this is, you know, you're getting a lot of if this is like an online struggle that you're struggling with, if this is some sort of conflict that you're having with somebody online, or people, there's like haters, or you're getting backlash or something, maybe taking the time to step out of social media is going to help benefit you a lot right now. So what can you do to recharge and replenish? The first card that we have here is the Ten of Cups. So this is, again, the Ten of Cups. This is family. This is, whether this be like an actual family that we have, or whether this be our own family that we, you know, made ourselves, like our friends, our like social circle that we're really close to. Reaching out to them, that's going to help you replenish and recharge, because when we're around people with positive vibrations, and we can see here with like the cups and the sun, this is all people that have more positive, higher vibrations, people that truly care about you, that want the best intentions for you, people that tend to be more positive. Relying on those people, being close to those people, spending time with the people that you know tend to be the more optimistic ones, tend to be the ones that tell you that you're going to be okay, and that you can do this, that you can get over this. The ones that you know that have your best intentions at heart, those are the people that you need to surround yourself with right now. Like, those are going to be, that's going to be the best way that you can recharge and replenish from whatever it is that you are going through. Like, your higher self, this is supposed to be an encouraging message from your higher self, and your higher self is like, you know what, you need to surround yourself with some positive people, because that's really going to help you right now. And step outside of social media and step into the real world with people that are close to you, surrounding you. Next card that we got is the Knight of Wands. So focusing on, you know, other things, focusing on, you know, occupying your time with a hobby, occupying your time with something that you enjoy doing, maybe before this whole conflict started, maybe after this whole conflict started, but something that you know that you enjoy doing, whether it seems something that, whether it can be something as simple as playing video games or going out. The Wands is all about, Wands is a very fiery energy being like the, like, kind of like person likes to go out there and travel or talk or communicate or socialize, being that social butterfly. All that is going to be something that's good for you right now. So spending time on the outside world instead of on social media is really going to help help you overcome whatever this obstacle is that you're going on, this battle that you have going on in your head. That's what's really going to help you with the chaos and conflict. Like I said, you have a lot of chaos and conflict going on, but I feel like a lot of it is internalized. So it's a lot of it being internally, it's your own head. Like, maybe it might have started off as an external conflict, but, you know, essentially our brain is basically what controls whether we let go of something or intensify it. And right now it's being intensified. So really taking the time to go out there with friends and the people that care is really going to help you overcome this, basically. And then next we have Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. So whatever this chaos is, whatever this conflict is, instead of being upset, instead of being hurt, because you have a lot of mixed emotions, there's a lot of, it can be stress, it can be anxiety, you have a lot going through your head mentally right now. Seeing things, instead of having that anger in your heart, instead of having any sort of negative, pessimistic view of things, so instead seeing things with love, you know, with a more positive light is really going to help you as well. So how can you better answer your calling, your life path, you know, your purpose? How can you answer that call? Right now, first things first, King of Blades, this is focusing on your mental state and make sure that you are basically more stable mentally. So focusing on more on things that you know that can help you mentally. So like I said, going out with friends, spending less time on social media, surrounding yourself with positive people, seeing, instead of having like anger or hatred or, you know, pessimistic feelings in your heart, learn to forgive and to see things with love and to love, you know, people, even though they may say negative things. Know that that's not something that is your, you know, it's just a reflection on them, and seeing things from a different light. So really, you know, conquering this obstacle that you're going through mentally is really going to help you put you back on your path. Right now, your higher self is telling you that the thing that we got to do first before we can move forward with anything else is to make sure that you're taking care of yourself mentally, and that you can, you know, basically be stronger and happier again. That's what we want, and that's what your higher self wants for you. And Eight of Cups, so walking away. If this person tries coming back, or if these people that you're having conflicts with try snapping back at you, walking away from the situation, if you can separate yourself entirely from whatever this is, then do so, because that's going to help you a lot. Removing yourself from the situation. A time to give rather than to take. So right now, also like focusing on the people that, you know, are there for you, and, you know, being there for, I know right now mentally you might not be there for them, you know, because you're focusing on your own issues. Maybe just, you know, going out with them to eat, or going out, you know, giving doesn't exactly have to mean like I need to hear your problems. They can be there for you while you're being there for them as well. You know, providing them that space, providing them that time, letting them know that like, hey, I'm here to hang out. Hey, I still care about you. Hey, I'm not going to retreat away from you or stand back from you. I'm actually showing you that I care. That's really going to help you as well. And then we have Saturn. So Saturn is the sort of malefic planet. It's the one that tends to give us a little bit of problems. But just know that Saturn, that all this that is happening right now, this, even though you may not see it right now, is actually a good thing. Because all this that's happening right now, you're meant to go through this. You're meant to go through these problems. You're meant to go through all this right now, because it's going to eventually, you may not see it yet, but Saturn is the one that teaches you the big lessons in life. And the way that you learn the big lessons in life is usually from falling on your butt and, you know, having conflicts. And the biggest, roughest patches that we have in our life, that's also where we have the most growth. So even though you may not see it now, eventually, like, even your higher self is telling you like, hey, one day you're going to look back at this and you're going to realize, I learned so much from going through that. And I grew and became a better person and a better and happier me because I went through this in the past. And you may not see it now, but your higher self is telling you, one day you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, like I did it. I'm amazing. And the last thing is a message from your higher self. So we got manifestation. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. You're holding up a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that, in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen. Either way, stop waiting to start manifesting, but don't use that word if you don't want to. So right now, your higher self is telling you that you're manifesting. You're manifesting everything. So which explains why they said to see things with love. And instead of focusing on anger or any sort of pessimistic feelings towards this other person or towards whatever this conflict is, seeing things with love. Because not only is that going to help you get over it, you're also manifesting more either positive or optimistic experiences in your life, depending on, how you're feeling and how you're feeling. So thinking with love or having those feelings of love, that's going to really help, even though you may be struggling a little bit. If you say, okay, I forgive this, okay, I'm seeing this with love, you're going to be manifesting good things, even if you are going through a rough patch mentally right now. You are going to still be manifesting positive things, and positive things will come quicker that way. So that is the message for you, pile number 2. I hope it resonated with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on that notification bell to be notified when I post. I post 3 times a week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. So if you chose pile number 3, the Shungite pyramid, then this is the message that your higher self has for you. So first of all, if you've chosen Shungite or you're attracted to the Shungite crystal, that means that you have some purification and some healing happening. This is a stone that cleanses your aura, and it also gets rid of any negative energies, and it heals up your shadow self or your shadow side. So this is your higher self basically telling you that you got some healing energy flowing through you, and some healing is about to begin. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's see. The first thing that we got is the 6 of Wands. So right now your higher self is telling you to focus on, again, this is so funny because we got this in the last pile too, is to focus on your successes. It's so funny that we got this twice. So just like the other pile, focus on the little things, like successes doesn't have to be a big accomplishment that you have accomplished. It could be little things. It could be choosing to eat a salad for lunch instead of a pizza slice. Things like that. Smaller accomplishments will eventually lead to bigger steps versus one big accomplishment at a time. Little steps to big accomplishments. And your higher self is telling you to focus on that right now, is to focus on the little things. Be grateful for all the positive choices that you make and the little successes that you have in life. Your higher self is telling you to really focus on all of that, because there are a lot. And even though you may not see like, oh, I did one big thing, you did 1,000 little things, which is equally as important, because honestly, everything is made up of thousands. Look at how we're made. We're made of all these atoms. It's made up of smaller little things. So that's what your higher self is telling you to focus on. Also, I'm sorry that we got the Queen of Pentacles. So right now is the time your higher self is telling you that right now is the time to be focusing on some sort of balance between your work and your home life. So either I don't know if you're going to school or if you're going to work or if you're working or you're, striving for some sort of passion, but make sure that you're balancing out work and play. Make sure that you're balancing out everything right. Like if you have a family, make sure you're spending time with your family as much as you're spending time on work. Or if you are spending a lot of time like studying, but you're not spending enough time like hanging out and relaxing, make sure that you're taking that time to relax as well, because it's going to lead not only to, you may have conflicts with like family members and friends, because they're going to be like, hey, where are you, and get a little bit frustrated, but it's going to lead to burnout for you personally as well. So make sure that you're focusing on both sides. Make sure that you're balancing out that work and home life, and it looks like right now you might be doing a good job at it. Make sure that you continue that. Then we got the Three of Swords. I always want to call this the Three of Hearts for some reason. But, okay, so yeah. So I feel like this one, for some reason, I want to connect the dots to the Queen of Pentacles in this one. So I feel like okay, your higher self, I feel like your higher self is telling me that there's a friend or a family member or someone that you're close to that you might be disconnecting with just because you're kind of in a mode where you want to focus on your work or your school or, you know, whatever else you may have going on, that you're not really making that time for this person. But there is somebody there that is honestly a little bit hurt because they want that connection with you, and I feel like you're not, you know, you're not showing that. They want a deeper connection with you, I should say. And right now you're sort of retreating yourself, and everybody needs that time and that space to, you know, retreat, but I feel like you're doing it to the point where you're sort of, it's becoming an imbalance now, and this person is sort of feeling it. So I'm not sure if you know who this is, or if your higher self is going to make that known to you soon, but there is somebody that wants to reach out to you and that wants to hang out with you, and they might already be attempting to, but you might be like, oh no, I can't, I'm busy. No, I can't, I'm busy. Make sure that you're making that time for this person. And I feel like within, if you don't know now, within time, within time, not that, you are going to know who this is. Oh, next thing we got is the Tower card. So, okay. There are some changes that need to be made in your life. I feel like you need to focus on more stability. Balance, not stability, but balancing. More balance in your life. I feel like there is somebody that wants to reach out to you that I feel like you really need to connect to. And then on top of that, your higher self is telling you that there are some additional changes that need to be made in your life. Some few little tweaks and turns so that you can move forward with everything. The new moon. Okay. So the first change that we need to see, the new moon, this is all about a new beginning. So something new is going to happen. Some sort of epiphany is going to happen. This might be that person that's going to come out and say like, hey, I need to hang out with you, or hey, I want to hang out with you. But this is, you're going to have some sort of reset and renewal, which also honestly kind of goes tied hand in hand with the Shungite. That's going to sort of start you over. Basically, this change is going to be like, whoa, 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 what's happening here? But there's going to be a change that's happening, and it's going to be a new beginning, but it's a new beginning for the better. It's a positive thing. Then we have Eros. Okay, so with Eros, I feel like this new thing that's going to sort of be inhabiting you is, Eros is, okay, we know that Eros is, you know, the guy that holds the bow and arrow, the one that falls in love. So it can be some sort of relationship, but Eros can also represent, what's it called? Eros can also represent your passions and what stimulates you. So I feel like you're going to get some sort of new beginning, some new sort of jolt, some sort of new idea, either with this person that wants to connect with you, or some sort of new passion that you might have that's going to sort of like come out of nowhere. So this could be something that disrupts, like, this could be a change of major, and you're going to be like, whoa, I've been studying so much for this, but I just realized I want to do this now. This could be some sort of change in career. This could be some sort of big change in your passion, but something big is about to change for the better. And even though at first you might be like, this is weird, why is this happening? I focused so much on this, why is my life changing to this? It's essentially going to be a good thing. And your higher self is telling you that and letting you know. So ways that you can recharge and replenish. First we have the Four of Discs. So don't hold on too tightly to materialistic, like, I don't want to say just materialistic things. The discs can be anything from career to finances, I feel like you're spending so much time like holding on to those things, and you can see this person's lonely and this person wants to get out of the room, but they can't because they're hanging on to all these financials, careers, things that are man-made, things that are considered more material, that they can't even pick up the key, and they don't even want to take the chance to drop something to pick up that key so that they can leave. They don't want to be here. And so I really think that this change that's about to hit you is going to be some sort of change in what you've been doing. Either career-wise, either studying-wise, either financial-wise. Something is going to change, and you're going to sort of fight against it at first, but you're going to be like, you know what, I really don't want to do this anymore. And you're going to finally take that key and open up that door and be a completely different and happier person because of it. And you might struggle against it for a while, but your higher self is telling you, like, take that key. Take that key. Next we have the World. So a way that you can relax is basically, again, like, you have accomplished so much, and if you can take a look at everything that you've accomplished, then that's going to help so much. Not only that, but like right now you're taking that time to move on to the next phase of your life, and I feel like whatever career you are following, or it could be whatever you were studying, or it could be whatever you're passionate about, I feel like everything that you needed to learn within that field, you've done it. All those lessons that you needed to learn, everything you needed to learn for this lifetime, that's done. That chapter is closed, and it's time for you to move forward. And it's time for you to move to your next chapter. And again, this is going to be something that you fight against and that you might hesitate with, but you need to move forward for this, because this is your higher self clearly telling you, like, hey, you've learned everything you needed to learn about that. Let's move forward. Let's move on, because we have more things to get through in this lifetime. And then lastly, we got the Hierophant. So this is something, okay, so this is some sort of higher learning. So for some of you, again, this might be some sort of study. This might be a change of major, or just in general, you're going to be learning some sort of new talent, new gift. You're going to take passion in learning something new. Whether you're going to learn, this could honestly be anything. This doesn't have to be actual study. This doesn't have to be physical, like actual higher education. For some of you, it may be like, I don't want to do this career anymore. You know what? I'm going to go back to school. Or you know what? I want to change my major. For some of you, it's going to be like, I've been focusing so much on this, but you know what? I kind of like this other thing. I'm going to go into this. And it's going to be something that you dive deep into and really get deep and passionate about. And your higher self is telling you that, like, get ready for this roller coaster, because it's going to be awesome. I feel like you've been stuck, and I feel like you know that you've been stuck, but you're just kind of doing what you're used to, and you're pushing, you know, because you're thinking, like, maybe if I continue this, like, it's going to get better, or I'm going to do more, or I'm like, this is the way to go because this is what I know. And I feel like deep down inside of you, you know that this isn't what the path that you're supposed to be following. And I feel like that's going to be made very clearly. And you're going to be able to move, finally move past it and be like, whoa, like, it was that I needed to let go of. Next we have co-create. Again, I feel like for some of you, this is going to be a relationship that there's so many changes that are coming your way. So really spending time with that person that's reaching out to you. This person, whoever this is, this might be a possible romantic interest. This might be a friend. This might be a family member. Whoever this is somebody that needs to take part in your life now, because it's very important. Like, your higher self says that you need to connect with this person, because this person is gonna serve some sort of big purpose in your life one way or another. For some of you, it might be something romantic that grows. For some of you, it might not. For some of you, it might be amazing lessons that you have yet to learn, that you need to connect with this person in order to gain that knowledge and these lessons. Maybe this is the person that's going to introduce you to this new path that you need to take, so that you can move forward with your purpose, so you can move forward with your life path. But you need to co-create, you need to get in contact with whoever this is, and if you don't know who this is now, I feel like for some of you, you may already know, it's going to be made known to you very soon. Then we have fertility, potential, powerful, creative energy, initiation energy. So you are going to, like I said, you're going to have some sort of new change that's just going to come up. But while it may be difficult, you're going to know what this is that you're going to want to pursue, because even though you're hesitant against it, like, wait, do I want to do this? It's going to feel exciting. It's going to feel, you're going to have this new founded creative flowing energy flowing through you, and you're going to, that's what's going to push you to move forward. That's what's going to push you to be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And you might resist it at first, but eventually that passion and that excitement, it's gonna push you to doing it, which is a good thing. So how can you better answer your calling? We have the King of Wands. Again, passion, focusing on that passion. And then we have your first house. So really focusing on yourself, getting deep in contact with yourself, connecting to your inner self, and being like, okay, what do I enjoy? What is working in my life and what is no longer working in my life? Just really thinking about it, because I feel like I said before, you kind of know that you're not happy. You kind of know that something's missing. You kind of know that, like, there's a missing link here in your life. So really coming true to yourself, connecting with yourself, it's just really going to help you. And I feel for some of you, because you've been so stuck in, everything that you've been doing, whether this be like studying, whether this be working, whatever this may be, for some of you, I feel like there's some sort of, and this might be something complete, we're going to stray away from this whole thing that we have going on. For some of you, focusing on confidence, focusing on who you are to the core, and being happy with that. Being happy with how you look externally, and loving who you are internally as well is going to be a focus for you, and something that your higher self really wants you to focus on. And next we have Justice. And for clarification for Justice, we have the 12th house. So some sort of ending. So there might be okay. This could be a legal matter that's ending. This could be a conflict, whether, again, this might be your ego. You fighting against your ego and being like, I don't want to do that, but you have to, but I don't want to, you have to. That conflict, that's going to be done with. That's going to be dealt with. That's going to be done and over with. Whatever conflict this is, whether this is an external problem, I feel like for many of you, this is that ego that's in your head, like, we want to continue, no we don't, we want to continue, no we don't, like, I'm not happy. That's going to finally come to an end. Then we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. So make sure that, I feel like you're going to have, like I said, you're going to have that inner knowing. You're going to have that excitedness. You're going to know what this is that you're passionate about, what this next chapter is in your life, because you're going to feel that excitement. You're going to be hesitant about it at first, and that's okay. But that excitement's what's really going to push you to pursuing that. But make sure that you're not going crazy, I should say. Like, if this is a new passion, don't go out there and buy expensive things for this new hobby that you might have, or buy 1,000, make sure that you're balancing practicality as well as, like, balancing out that inner excitement that's coming along. So great venture, take a risk, venture forward. So take that risk, but at the same time, make sure, narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. So yes, venture forward, take that risk, take that leap of faith, but make sure that you're also thinking before you act, because whatever this may be, this could either end up costing you more than you you know, than you intended to spend on this. And make sure, again, that you're balancing out the time with others and whatever this new passion, this other thing may be. Make sure that you're being practical about it. Make sure that you're balancing, you're continuing that balance, and you're not moving, and that you're not spending all this time doing on something and then being like, oh, no, I don't want to do this. And then changing that and then spending all that time on something else instead of balancing out play and work. So the last thing that we have is your message from Spirit. Oh, we actually got two for you. So first thing is letting go. I don't dwell on bad things that happened. I let things go because I have enough heavy things to carry around, and also grudges aren't a great look. Love that. So that's your first message from your higher self. Second message from your higher self is love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulation I feel when I sink a 3-point trash casket shot on the first try. Or how about the chills I get while singing along to Name a Song. You know the one. So just focusing, like I said, going back to the 6 of Wands, focusing on what makes you happy. That's another message from your higher self. So that's so cute. So anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on that notification bell to be notified when I post. I post 3 times a week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Alright, so pile number 4, if you picked pile number 4, the Desert Rose Cluster, then this is the message that your higher self has for you. So first of all, if the Desert Rose is what caught your eye, the first message from your higher self is basically to do some intuitive work. Your higher self thinks that you would benefit a lot from doing intuitive work right now, and also really focusing on your self-confidence and your self-worth, because the Desert Rose is, this is a stone all about self-confidence and self-worth. It's very heart-centered and very aware of the self. So now moving forward with the actual reading. So let's go ahead and get started. The first card that we have for you is the 10 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like, oh, okay, well, first of all, you are very heart-centered. You are a person that, you know, puts other people first. But the 10 of Wands, this, while it's good, you know, it's good to put other people first, and it's good to do things for others. I feel like right now with the 10 of Wands, you're doing it so much that you're sort of putting yourself on the back burner. And it's good to do things for others, but make sure that you're taking care of yourself too, because how are you going to take care of other people if you're not focusing on yourself and replenishing yourself, basically? Next we have the 6 of Pentacles. So you're doing a lot of things for others, and you have too much burdens on your back. Make sure that you're asking for help, because you will be rewarded with that help. You know, you have been doing a lot for a lot of people, and people want to reward you back. So make sure that if you need the help, whatever this may be that you need the help with, make sure that you're asking for help. Don't let your ego get in the way of asking for help. Make sure that if you need it, you can ask for help back, whether this be financially, whether just emotionally. If you need that help, people are willing and waiting to help you, because when you help somebody, more than likely they're going to want to help you back. Next, we have Psyche. Okay, so with Psyche, this is basically, again, like the Desert Rose, focusing on your intuition. I feel like right now is a time that you are very tied to the planet of Neptune, or like things that are considered more mystical, more spiritual, more woo-woo and out there. Right now, I feel like your higher self really does want to communicate with you, and the way that they're going to be doing so is going to be through dreams. Through dreams, because Psyche is all about that mystical, like, woo-woo stuff. So your higher self is going to be contacting you, so pay attention to both your intuition, because your higher self is going to be connecting with you in that way, in your intuition, and nudging you forward in the right direction. But they're also going to be connecting with you in your dreams as well. And then we have the first quarter moon. So the first quarter moon, this is basically saying that your manifestations are coming into fruition, basically. So whatever it is that you've been manifesting, if you've been actively focusing on positive, happy things, that's what's going to be manifesting for you. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be something that's very positive, because you are very in tune with your higher self, and the fact that your higher self wants to connect with you, this might be because you guys are merging at a very, like in a very good, positive way. So you're reaching your higher self. You're basically reaching up your higher potential right now, and you're manifesting that as we speak. So that's really awesome. That's really awesome. So now, what ways can you recharge and replenish? So first we have the Page of Swords. So right now, I feel like you are the type of how should I say this? The Page of Swords is all about mentality, right? And taking action. So I feel like you're very much focused on yourself. How should I say this? Because you are... I am all over the place. Because, okay, you are doing a lot for others. That much is clear. But you're doing it out of love, and you're doing it out of positivity, and good things are coming your way because of it, because karma exists, and you're manifesting positive things as well. With the Page of Swords, I feel like right now is the time to also be focusing on yourself, your mental state, your confidence, who you are, and again, tying back into the Desert Rose, focusing on your confidence and focusing when to say yes to someone and when it's time to say no. Because just because you say no, don't be afraid that people are going to get upset, because like I said, you cannot help other people if you're not putting yourself first. Do not do things that are above and beyond if it goes against yourself. If there's something like right now, if you want to spend time with yourself, put that first. Put your mental state first, put your confidence first, and make sure that when you have to put your foot down, that you are putting your foot down. And that's going to help you so much. That's going to ease so much stress and tension if you learn how to say no. Next, we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, literally it means that things are moving forward. So again, manifestation. But going symbolically based off of what this picture is telling me. So not what this is telling me, but what this is telling me. This is the person that is looking out. And they're relaxing. So I feel like really spending some time outside in scenery that you enjoy. So whether this be a lake or a beach or a park, somewhere that's outside, that's in nature, but somewhere that you like, because not all of us like parks, so we'll go to the beach instead because we feel more calm at the beach. Or some of us don't like, I don't know, anywhere where you can get nature that you enjoy, if that makes any sense. So even if that's a garden outside, your garden outside, your grandma's garden outside, anywhere where you feel comfortable, anywhere where you feel at peace, where you can relax, right now is the time to go there and relax and recharge and replenish. By taking this time in nature, away from social media, away from the phones, away from electronics, away from all of that, away from the problems even, this is also going to be a good time for your higher self to connect with you and basically give you those epiphanies that you need. And then we have Justice. So Justice, again, just really focusing on yourself and learning how to say no, because while you're afraid that they might get upset, please don't let that stop you, because you need to put yourself first, and you're going to feel so much better when you do. We've got air, which is breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life-bringing energies. So again, I feel like this, the Three of Wands, spending time in nature, spending time outside, and meditating. I feel like with the air, it's taking deep breaths and meditating, and spending that time meditating is really going to help you connect with your higher self. Your higher self, like, is telling you, like, hey, we need to have some sort of heart-to-heart talk, like, pronto. And the sooner you get to this place, the sooner you'll be able to have it. So sanctuary, privacy, invaluable personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. Again, make sure you set those boundaries with people. Make sure that you say no when you need to say no. And make sure that you're spending that time for yourself when you need it. Which is funny because the last pile was the opposite. They were spending a lot of time on their own and they weren't balancing the time with others. You're putting others first so much that you're putting yourself back, and you need to make sure that you are putting yourself up as high of an importance, because you are very important, and make sure that you're putting yourself first. So spend some time in privacy, spend some time in solitude, doing some self-care activities like meditating, like taking some time in nature, like even what this mermaid is doing here, and spending some time in like a bath or a bubble bath, or doing things that are really going to relax you and help you unwind, because that is the time that your higher self is going to communicate with you, and they're going to help push you and nudge you in the right direction to setting those positive boundaries with other people. Then we have transparency, which is honest, authentic, genuine, present. It's so funny because, again, we got be honest. Be genuine with people. When you need to set those boundaries, do it. Doesn't mean you have to do it in a rude way. You don't have to be rude about it, but just be like, honestly, right now I need to focus on myself. And that's okay to do so, because that's important. Like, don't be afraid. You're being honest. You're being genuine. You're not doing things out of anger, and you're not being mean about it. You're just being honest. And if somebody gets mad about that, honestly, oh well. Because right now you should need to focus on you. And if they can't understand that, then honestly, is it worth that burden right now? It's not. And exchanging gifts. So like I said, you've been doing so much for other people that you're going to start seeing those gifts and that positive karma returning back to you. So how can you better answer that calling, that life purpose, that thing that you're meant to do? How can you answer it? First thing is the stars. So having hope. Having hope in what? What are we having hope with? What are we seeing being manifested? What are we seeing being brought into fruition? And we got Scorpio. So Scorpio, again, is that planet of mysticism. Scorpio is very much an intuitive planet, and they're very connected with their intuition. So you're going to see a lot of these mystical woo-woo sort of moments start to appear. Your higher self is going to make themselves more known. You're going to have more mystical experiences popping up in your life, like, for sure. Then we have the Queen of Coins, also known as the Queen of Pentacles, and your Sun. So focusing on yourself, focusing on your self-confidence. The Sun is all about happiness. It's all about confidence. The Queen of Pentacles also making sure that you're balancing out, again, those boundaries that you have with other people, because by doing so, it's going to help your confidence. And I feel like you doing things for others because you're afraid to say no, it honestly is honestly hindering your self-confidence, and it's not good for your self-esteem right now. It's not, because you're not setting those boundaries. So your self-esteem and your self-confidence is like, oh, well, we're putting them first again. We're putting them first again. But by you setting your boundaries, putting that down, and like being like, you know what, I'm going to say no today, or you know what, like, I just need to be true to myself right now, setting those boundaries is really going to help boost that self-confidence and that self-esteem back up. And I feel like this is something that you really need to focus on, because it's going to help your confidence, and your confidence is going to help your boundaries, you know, vice versa. They both go hand in hand. Then we have expect powerful change. So once you start setting these boundaries, while it may be rough at first, you're gonna be like, you know what, this feels amazing, this feels liberating, and you're gonna feel this surge of power through you in a positive way, because you know that you are now being true to your authentic self, and you are being true to you, and you are setting healthy boundaries that you should. And then lastly, we have reaching your destination. Your light is shining so brightly. So I feel like this path that you are on with your life right now, your life path is set on setting boundaries and on confidence. And you are right there. Like, you're getting there, and your higher self is telling you, and they're going to guide you. Like I said, you're going to be very in tune with like your intuition and your dreams, and you're going to have a lot of mystic little things pop up, and even maybe some like, you know, mystic like talents that you didn't know that you had yet. All that's going to be coming to light very soon, and you're going to reach that chapter in your life. You're going to get to that castle, and you're going to feel so much better, and you'll be able to move forward with the next chapter in your life. And then lastly, we have, this is a affirmation or a little message from your higher self. So we got impermanence. So life is always changing, and I drift easily through these changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. Or non-entity? Non-entity? Yeah, non-entity. Okay, so that is the message from your higher self. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on that notification bell to be notified when I post. I post 3 times a week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!